Hey everyone, good morning. It is Tuesday, it's June 9th, 2020, and welcome back for our last Tool Tuesday of the 2019-2020 school year. Thank you so much for click and play. I'm super excited for you to be here. Before we get started, let's calm ourselves and check in by using our breathing tool 3 times, taking 3 big deep breaths together. You guys ready? Last one. All right, well done. Okay, so let's do our feelings check-in, and then I have got a lot to talk about today because we're doing 2 tools. Oh my goodness. So my first feeling, I've got my usual 2 feelings. My very first feeling, it's an interesting one. I've never shared this one with you guys before. Can you guess what that feeling is? So this is a feeling that you get when somebody has something that you wish you had. What is that? That is jealous. Oh my gosh, you guys. I've been feeling really jealous the last few days. My husband, some of you already know this, is a teacher as well, and he works in the Napa School District, and they had their last day of school last week. So last week was their last week. And so he has, like the last few days, just been able to play with the boys and be super dad and just, stress is off his shoulders. I am feeling really jealous about it, mainly just because I wish I could be playing with them, like literally right now they're playing, and I wish that I could do that, and so I feel a little jealous. I wanted to share this with you because it's okay to feel jealous, you guys. Jealous is a very normal feeling, in fact. When your jealous turns into mean behavior, that's when it's a problem. Feeling jealous is normal, and you shouldn't tell yourself, I shouldn't be jealous. Like, I know I'm done at the end of this week just like you guys, but I still feel jealous, and it's okay. I'm not going to be mean to him because I'm jealous. I'm just going to say, I wish that was me. Anyways, my second feeling that I'm having today is happy. I actually went back and forth between, like, am I feeling happy or am I feeling sad? I'm feeling really happy, just like naturally woke up feeling happy. I'm just super grateful to have the life that I have. But I still have sad feelings for just everything that's going on in our country and in our world. So, I've got a couple of different feelings. But how are you today? I want to know how you're feeling. Let's take this time to share our feelings today. Let's turn and talk with our family members if we're with them. Or take out your journal, take out an email to me, share how you're feeling and why. Go ahead and press pause and do that now. All right. Good job, guys. Good job. Whew, it's really like warming up all over again. We're kind of doing this like really hot, really cold, really hot, really cold. Anyways, that was off topic. It's Tuesday. It's our last Tool Tuesday, and we have gone over 10 of the 12 tools from the Toolbox program. I'm so proud of us, you guys. So we have 2 tools left, and since this is our last week, I'm doing 2 tools today. 2 tools. 2 tools. That's kind of hard to say really fast. I'm going to do 2 tools today because I want to make sure we get through all of them. We have all the tools in our toolbox, and we can practice them this summer so that when we get back into it next year, we're reviewing. We're in the review process. I got my toolbox. And the very first tool that we're going to talk about today is actually both of the tools we're going to talk about today are very, very important, but also I'm kind of teaching them to you last for a reason, because you will have to use the other tools that we've learned in order to really use these ones. So the very first one that we are going to go over is the apology and forgiveness tool. So most of you are probably like, okay, apology and forgiveness tool, it's about apologizing and then forgiving someone. That's exactly what it's about, but it's a really hard thing to do, right? The tagline, I admit my mistakes and work to to forgive yours. So I really like the tagline because admitting your mistakes is really, really challenging. And as long as you are, as long as you're working towards admitting it, you're working on having that courage to stand up and say, you know what, I'm sorry that I made a mistake. I want to admit that what I said was wrong. I want to admit that what I did was wrong, because you have the courage to do the right thing, right? So that's kind of what I meant when I said, like, we have to really have our other tools ready in our toolbox to use in order to do this one. If I make a mistake and I need to fix it, I'm probably going to have to maybe take some time away, use my taking time tool. I'm maybe going to have to go in and make sure that I'm finding the right words and I'm going to say them in the right way. And honestly, I'm going to need a lot of courage in order to give a really good, sincere apology. And one thing that we have gone over before is the 4-part apology. Remember when we went over this guy? There's 4 parts to a really sincere apology. I'm sorry, it was wrong because in the future I will you forgive me? So before I go any further into that, I want to show you guys what the icon, the actual tool is for this one. It is glue. And I love that it's glue, because what do you guys use glue for? Use it maybe to build something, to glue something back together again. And in this case, that's exactly what it is. It's kind of for both. Because when you apologize and you forgive, you're both gluing your friendship and your relationship back together again while also building on it. And so the hand gesture for this tool is really cool. It's taking both of your hands and kind of envisioning that they're both a piece of paper, and you're going to glue them together. And I actually like to kind of intertwine my fingers because, hey, we're building ourselves back together. We're coming back together in our relationship. And when you guys can give an apology and also forgive it, that is exactly what you're doing. You're bringing your relation back together, you're repairing it, and you're able to move on. Now, forgiving is really hard, isn't it? We've read Cloud's book before. And that's why I have Cloud here, and I also have Kat here too. But we read Cloud's book before, and there is a portion in there when he writes, "High in the sky, I'm sorry." And his Komochi friends actually find it way easier to forgive him because he says, "I'm sorry." Now, apologizing can be really challenging, and sometimes when we make those really, really big mistakes, it can be hard to admit that we make the mistake, but kind of going and dipping into our toolbox and taking the time that we need, finding the right words, finding the courage, that's when you're able to do a 4-part apology. That's when you're able to admit that you made a mistake, and you can do it in a really genuine and a sincere way. And same with like apology or same with forgiveness, the second part of this tool. You'll probably have to really reach deep down into your toolbox to be able to genuinely forgive someone, to be able to toss that into your garbage can, right? So think about all those times that maybe somebody apologized to you and you held on to the thing that they did and you just didn't want to let it go. And you pretended like you forgave them, but really you were still really angry with them. I bet another argument at some point came up in the future, and it probably did continue to break apart your friendship. When you're able to genuinely forgive a person, to really take the mistake that they made and throw it in the garbage can and let it go, you are able to bring your relationship back together and move on. And it's a really, really beautiful thing when that happens. Like I said, really hard thing to do, but when it's done correctly, you guys can come together and repair and rebuild your relationship. So that is that tool. I have my second tool in here, which really, it's sort of similar to apology and forgiveness, kind of. It's a little different. This one is the please and thank you tool. The please and thank you tool. I treat others with kindness and appreciation. I really like this tool and I like what it represents. I don't just like the please and thank you tool because it's basic manners and I'm an adult and I like when kids have manners. I like when everybody has manners. But the reason I like the please and thank you tool is because it's the tool that we say opens each other's hearts. Now, the actual tool is a key. And what do you use a key for? You use a key to unlock something, right? The words please and thank you unlock each other's hearts. When we say please to somebody, it unlocks and opens their heart to wanting to help us, to wanting to respond to us, to wanting to give us the things that we're asking for. When we say thank you, it opens our hearts to each other with appreciation. And it's all about being kind and appreciative, right? I think something that I really, really like about this tool is that when you say please, you're almost like inviting a person to do something for you or with you or give you something. You're inviting them rather than commanding them. And you think about like all the times you've ever gone up to a friend and like just said move. It doesn't feel good actually for somebody to say move. They might even say like, hey, you move. They might turn around and say, you're not the boss of me. Ouch. All of those things will happen because you didn't approach them with that kindness and appreciation that you need. And what you didn't do was you didn't open their heart into helping you or doing whatever it is that you asked for. If you say, please move, it has a completely different message. And when a person hears the word please, it makes them want to open their heart to you. I really just like that so much. And, the same with, like, if you were to tell your sibling if, they're messing with, like, a toy or a game that you're playing with and you just said, stop. Again, there is no kindness and appreciation in just saying stop. But if you add the word please stop, that, again, invites them to do something in return in a kind way, which is stop, right? Rather than commanding them and them putting that wall up and not wanting to hear what you have to say. You're inviting them to do the right thing. So I really, really like this tool a lot, and I have a book that I want to read to you guys really quickly. It's a really short book, and I think it kind of just puts into perspective the importance of using please and thank you, and as well as apology and forgiveness. And I guess I'm so sorry. I didn't really talk about why, thank you is such a great thing. I think thank you is like the appreciation piece. If a person hears the words thank you, it it really opens up their heart again. It makes them feel really good, and it makes them feel like they want to continue the kindness back with you. I'm sure kids who are watching this, you have had many experiences, and you can even go and experiment today. What happens and how your day changes when you use the word please and you use the word thank you versus when you don't. My hypothesis, which is a big word for saying my guess, is that if you don't use the word please, Mom, can you please get me some juice? She probably is not going to want to get it for you. If you say, Mom, get me some juice, she's probably going to turn and say, do you want to try that again? Or you're missing a word? Or what would you like? Do you want to, you forgot to say something, and then you'll remember and say, oh yeah, please. Because when you say please, it makes people want to help and open their hearts to you. And being really repetitive, I think it's time to read this really cute book. It says, Time to Say Please. It's a really, really cute book. It's by Mo Williams. Time to Say Please. If you ever really want something, what does she want? Cookies. Oh my gosh, my favorite. Really, really want something, don't just go grab it. Go ask a big person and say, and please say, please. There are all kinds of reasons to say please. When you want a turn, may I please have a turn? When you want a toy, or to borrow someone's truck. When you want to try something for the first time, like a roller coaster. And when you want to stop. But that's not all. Excuse me can come in handy too. And sorry is useful, but you have to mean it. Please isn't hard to say. Just go try it. Look, she's going. She really wants that cookie, guys. May I please have a cookie? You may not get what you want, but it's hard to say no to please. Oh, and big people love to hear thank you. I do too, says the little mouse. You can never say please too often. Please, 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 please. Oh, then again, maybe you can. The end. Isn't that cute? I like it a lot. So you saw lots of different times and reasons why you would want to say please. I mean, anytime you ask for something such as like a toy, maybe you really, really want a toy, you could just say, I want that toy. Chances are you're not going to get it though, right? But if you say, Mom, can I please have that toy? Please, please. You would have a better chance because it is really hard to say no to please. Oh my gosh, my son has learned that so well that anytime he really, really wants a snack or something that he, like a toy or something, he has perfected saying please. And no, he doesn't get what he wants all the time, but it does open my heart to wanting to give him things and to wanting to make him happy because it makes me happy to hear please and thank you. And there's just one last quote I want to read to you, and it's by an author. His name is William Arthur Ward, and I thought this was a really beautiful quote and a good reason to say thank you. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and then not giving it. So gratitude is like another word for being grateful or thankful. So if you want to say thank you to somebody, don't hold it in. Say it. Because just like the example he gave, it would be like going out, finding a great gift, wrapping it up, and then never giving it to that person. It wouldn't mean much. So if you do feel gratitude towards somebody, thank them. If you do want something, say please. Open their hearts to saying yes. Okay, so something I did in my journal today was, and you don't have to do this, but if you want to work on it, because we don't have work on it Wednesday tomorrow, we're going to just do something else. I don't know, I think I know, but we're just going to do something else. So what I just did was for please and thank you, I just wrote about if People, if we lived in a world where people never said the word please or thank you, poor Cloud. I'm sorry, Cloud. There's my apology and forgiveness. Are you okay? Okay. Um, so if we lived in a world where people never said please or thank you, like what would that be like? What would that look like? And you could either draw like what it would look like, what people would look like if nobody ever said please and thank you, or you can just write about it like I did. This is like my drawing of a key. Don't make fun of it. And then for apology and forgiveness, what I did was I wanted you to think about a time that you apologized to somebody and then they didn't forgive you, and what did that feel like? For me, I just drew a picture of my face and I just put sad and frustrated. People are not always going to forgive you right away. In fact, like I mentioned, you might need to take some time away in order to find a way to forgive that person. You might need a little bit of space, right? But it's good to remind ourselves, like, you know, there have been times where I've made mistakes and people forgave me, and how would I have felt if they never forgave me for my mistake? And remembering that, like, in order to mend and really bring our relationship back, to really repair it and build on it, forgiving is a huge part. It's so important. So, you know, I just wanted you to reflect on, like, when was a time that you felt like somebody didn't forgive you? And just kind of reflecting on, like, is that how you want another person to feel? And what can you do to work towards forgiving that person? What tools can you use? Okay, guys, so much today. I'm so sorry. I really wanted to get through those last two tools. They're so amazing. I want you guys to work on apologizing and forgiving, mending and building those relationships. I want you guys to really, really work on saying please and thank you. You guys are going to be unlocking all. Did I show you guys the hand gesture for that? I don't know that I did. The hand gesture is using a key, unlocking their heart. These are the words that are really unlocking and opening words that open up their heart. So I want you guys to work on those two tools, add them into your toolbox, perfect them over the summer, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Wednesday. It is kind of a work on it Wednesday. We're just going to work on something different. Okay, guys, I'll see you mañana. Have a great Tuesday.